Here we are again in the name of the sovereign creator of heaven and earth, the Lord Jesus Christ. We are continuing with our series of the divine preservation of the New Testament text. Now I want to talk about early uncial support for Family 35 in the general epistles. I take it that Klaus Wachtel, in the Byzantine text of the Catholic letters, that's in German however, recognizes that the Byzantine text is early, though he often decides against it on internal grounds. Thereby he bids adieu to the prevailing canard that the Byzantine text is late. I believe that the evidence presented below demonstrates the same thing for the text of Family 35. I proceed to tabulate the performance of the early uncials, 5th century and earlier, as they appear in the apparatus of my Greek texts of the 7 general epistles, but supplemented from the Editio Critica Major series. I use Family 35 as the point of reference, but only tabulate variant sets where at least one of the extant early uncials, that's extant at that point, goes against F35. This is necessary since most words have unanimous attestation. 13 early uncials appear in my apparatus. Papyrus 20, 23, 72, 78, 81, and 100. Codices Aleph, A, B, C, 048, 0173, and 0232. Only Papyrus 72, Codex Aleph, Codex A, Codex B, and C are not fragments. 048 is a variety of pieces here and there. Codex C is missing basically chapters 4 and 5 of James, 1 Peter, and 1 John. Curiously, the same 2 chapters for all 3 books, as well as all of 2 John. Of course, Papyrus 72 only has 1st and 2nd Peter and Jude. 0173 is the only one of them that never sides with Family 35. Out of the total of 793 variant sets, Family 35 receives overt early attestation 77.9% of the time. That's 619 times divided by 795. Before drawing conclusions, I present the evidence, but only combinations with at least one instance are tabulated. In passing, let me say that having neither secretary nor proofreader, I do not guarantee complete accuracy, but a slip here or there will not alter the big picture, nor invalidate my conclusions. Now here, I give the tabulation, and you'll be seeing it. This is quite long. The bottom of this page, and all of this page, and the top half of this page. We'll have to go along. What I will do is simply give you the total. You see here I have James, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, John, so on. Where the combination, I'll read the combination occurs for each book. I won't give you all of that. I will just give you the total at the end. You can receive the text of this, and you can check it all out by yourself. So, Family 35 all by itself, 176 times. Family 35 with P72, 9 times. With 100, this is just the 2 of them. Only P35 and P72, 9 times. With P100, 2 times. With Aleph, 40 times. With A, 27 times. With B, 16 times. With C, 22 times. With 048, 3 times. That is to say, only one manuscript joining Family 35. Now we go down to the next group where you have 2 early manuscripts joining Family 35. Right? So we have Family 35 with P20 and Aleph 1 time, with P72 and A 3 times, with P72 and B 4 times, with P72 and C 3 times, with P72 and 048 1 time, with papyrus 100 and A 2 times, Aleph and A 32 times, Aleph and B 39 times, Aleph and C 9 times, Aleph and 048 21 times. Nope. Let's see, I've got to have a better look at this. 2 times. No. Family 35 with Aleph and 048 2 times. With A and B 21 times, with A and C 18 times, with A and 048 4 times, with B and C 6 times, with B and 048 3 times. Now we go down to where we have family 35 with 3, joined by 3 of the early manuscripts. And I will just give you the totals. Family 35 with P72 Aleph and A 8 times, P72 Aleph and B 5 times, P72 Aleph and C 3 times, P72 AB 18 times, P72 AC 4 times, P72 BC 14 times. I've got just a minute here. I think I'm confused. See, I'm not reading this correctly. No, it's with BC is 14 times, right? Then you have P72 C 048 1 time, P81 BC 1 time, P100 A Aleph and A 1 time, P100 Aleph and B 1 time, P100 A and B 2 times, P100 A and C 1 time, Aleph A and B 41 times, Aleph A and C 26 times, Aleph A and 048 6 times, Aleph BC 41 times, Aleph B 048 2 times, Aleph B 0232, that's a new one, 232 1 time, Aleph C 048 1, ABC 35, AB 048 7, AB 0232 1, AC 048 2, BC 048 2. That was family 35 with 3 early manuscripts. Now I go on to where family 35 is joined by 4. Goes with P23 ABC 1 time, P72 and P78 with AB 1 time, P72 Aleph AB 17 times, P72 Aleph AC 6 times, P72 Aleph BC 19 times, P72 Aleph P72 ABC 17 times, P72 AB 048 once, P72 BC 048 once, P81 Aleph AB once, P81 Aleph AC 1 time. We're getting close now. P100 Aleph BC twice, P100 ABC once, Aleph ABC 25 times, Aleph AC 048 once, Aleph BC 048 2 times, Aleph ABC 048 2 times, AB 048 0232 2 times. Now, strange to relate, I now have to give you some where there are 5 because there's 6 involved and 1 is not. So where they're all 6 together, I don't talk because most words have a total attestation. So 1 at least has to be somewhere else. And that's the case here. Now, as you see, this is a shorter list. Well, this is of not much interest. You get the whole business here, 1119, 222, 116. Now I'll read you the totals. The total for James, 127. The total for 1 Peter, 155. The total for 2 Peter, 95. The total for 1 John, 147. The total for 2 and 3 John, 38. The total for Jude, 48. The grand total, 619. Now I'm going to give you a short list here where I just take each of the early manuscripts by itself. So, where each one joined family 35 in one of these cases above, you have with Papyrus 20, just 1 time, Papyrus 23, just 1 time, Papyrus 72, 153 times, Papyrus 78 3 times, Papyrus 81 4 times, Papyrus 100 12 times, Codex Aleph 356 times, Codex A 356, it's the same number, but that's correct, just happened that way. Codex B 378 times, curiously enough, even more than A or Aleph, it surprises me. Codex C 285, Codex 048 62 times, Codex 0232 4 times. 232 is small. Now I consider it of interest to give you the singular readings for each of those uncials. You will see that they are each very individualistic, to not to use another word. This, of course, is in the 7 books, okay? The 7 general epistles, James to Jude. Okay, Papyrus 72 occurs all by itself 62 times. Papyrus 78 2 times, Codex Aleph 76 times, Codex A 27 times, Codex B 37 times, Codex C 24 times, Codex 048 9 times. The other ones don't have any singular readings. Each of these 12 uncials is plainly independent of all the others. The total lack of pattern in the attestation that these early uncials give to family 35 shows just as plainly that F35 is independent of them all as well, quite apart from the 22.1% where it's all by itself. But that 77.9%, virtually 78%, of the units receive early uncial support without pattern or dependency shows that the family 35 text is early. I invite special attention to the first block. The first block was on this one here, where a single uncial sides with family 35. Each of the 7 uncials is independent of the rest and of family 35 at this point, of necessity, obvious. Yet together they attest 15% of the total, that's 119 readings out of 795. Since there is no pattern or dependency for this 15%, how shall we account for these 119 early readings in family 35? Will anyone argue that whoever concocted on that assumption the first family 35 manuscript had all these uncials in front of him, arbitrarily taking 9 readings from P72, 2 from P100, 40 from Aleph, etc., etc.? Really no. How shall we account for these 119 early readings in family 35? Should anyone demur that the 5th century manuscripts included really are not all that early, I inquire, are they copies or original creations? If they are copies, their exemplars were obviously earlier. All of these 119 readings doubtless existed in the 3rd century. Going on to the next block. That's with 2. F35 plus 2, we have another 148 readings where there is no pattern or dependency. 119 plus 148 is 267. So now that's 34% of the total. Really now, how shall we account for these 267 early readings in family 35? Going on to the next block, we have another 224 readings where there is no pattern or dependency. That's 267 plus 224 is 491, which equals 61.8% of the total. Well, really now, how shall we account for these 491 early readings in family 35? Going on to the next block, we have another 100 readings where there's no pattern or dependency. 491 plus 100 is 591, or 74.3%. And the final block brings the total to 79.9%. To allege a dependency in the face of this evidence, I consider to be dishonest. Family 35 is clearly independent of all these lines of transmission, themselves independent. If that family 35 is independent, then it is early, of necessity. F35 has all those early readings for the sufficient reason that its text is early, dating to the 3rd century at least. But if family 35 is independent of all other lines of transmission, it is demonstrably independent of so-called KX, etc., then it must hark back to the autographs. What other reasonable explanation is there? Should anyone wish to claim that family 35 is a recension, I request and I insist that he specify who did it, when, and where, and that he furnish evidence in support of the claim. Without evidence, any such claim is frivolous and irresponsible.